Just lay with me for a second, okay? So, there's a lot going on. So, we have the rampant shootings that are happening. We have still the coronavirus or COVID out there doing things. New York City feel like everything is over, but it's only a pause. Then we have the entanglement situation. And now we got sharks off the shore of New York and New Jersey. Boy, 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 boy. Okay, let me get to the sharks off the water. Okay, so you all be safe at the beach. When you put your little toes in the water, okay, if you see some birds circling off to the left or the right, you might want to get out the water. Damn. Ain't got no luck, man. Like 2020 is coming for y'all ass. That's all that toxic shit people be talking about. You see, y'all wanted to throw around toxic this and toxic that and toxic all over the place. 2019, 2020 was like, I'm about to show y'all what a real motherfucking toxic situation looked like. So, we have Charlemagne the God calling Jada Pinkett Smith the epitome of toxic. I have a problem with that because not only is this entanglement situation causing further separation between men and women, now you want to call this woman who was separated from her husband, okay? He said that they were not together. They were figuring their own lives out. You want to call her initially wanting to kind of be like a big sister or something to this kid toxic. Is she not a woman with feelings? I just want to understand, why is it that women have to be given these labels when they are trying to go through their own emotions as well? And if this kid, though he was younger than her, he wanted Jada. He acted sick and stressed and this, that, and the third to get close to Jada. He played on her emotion as a black woman who wanted to kind of be there for another black man. He played on her emotion as well. So let's not make it seem as though August Alsina did not meet Jada and be like, damn, I'm going to get to bang her down. And you think he didn't play sickly to get up on her good side? Stop. Okay? So this is the problem that I have when people on platforms do not think of the entire presence of their words. You have a platform of people who listen to you intently, Charlemagne the God. Okay? And you need to, and a lot of times I agree with some of the things that you say, but sometimes there'll be times where I'll be like, you going a little too far. But that's your will and that's your prerogative and you do what you do. But let's not act like this man ain't have a thing for Jada. Okay? Stop trying to act like she took his mind, twisted it, and turned it so bad that he ain't know what he was doing. He knew goddamn well what he was doing. He was fucking Will's wife. That's what he was doing, and he was probably bragging to his friends about the fact that he's getting to fuck Will's wife. Okay? So now I love how Will kept her on her toes, because if you're going to bring yourself to the table, Jada, you're going to need to speak the whole truth and nothing but the damn truth. So you were not entangled. You were, in fact, in a relationship with this young man. But, that's besides the point. The entanglement situation now is going into the community where people are going back on this narrative that black men cannot be treated fairly unless they have money. Well, guess what? That entanglement situation done killed that entire notion now, hasn't it? Because Will is good looking. Will is funny. Will is personable. I met him personally and he is a great guy. But guess what? They had their flaws. They had their things. She had things that she maybe couldn't stand by him. Sure, she had things that she was personally going through and working through. Her emotions, her way of how she deal with people, because she spoke about how, many women in the industry she, had issues with. So maybe she has some issues that caused her marriage to go awry. Maybe he had some issues that caused his marriage to go awry. And they are being very adult about their situation. They went through their things, and whoever did whatever they did, and they're okay with that. Now, whatever happens now with their relationship in the future, we have left to see whether or not they go through the long haul. But let's not make it seem as though black men cannot be loved without money. Because we be loving a lot of you broke ass niggas. And then when we show you that love, when we show you that appreciation, you get besides yourself and want to be disrespectful. Let's be for real and let's speak about what really happens in relationships with people who do not have money or come into money or build something. People get egotistical. People start to feel like, oh yeah, that's me. People get besides themselves. And you can either realize you're doing that and humble yourself and say, you know what? I done grew with this person. I done came afar with this person. And, I want to go the long haul. That's what you see happening with Will and Jada. They separated. They tried to figure out life on their own by themselves. And it was just like, nah, man, that's my person. That's a reality. And, I really understand that people, not everyone has the ability to face themselves. I am always, those of you who pay attention to what I post and what I say and so forth, I always say that it is very, very, very difficult for people to face themselves. Because a lot of times in relationships, you have to look at yourself and be like, God damn. Yeah, that is kind of fucked up. Like me with my, these cameras always make you look like you got something on your face. I know I got something right here. But me with my relationships, I tend to be very, I'm not a difficult person, but I tend to be very guarded. I tend to, not want to give in. And because I feel like when I do give in, if you play me, I'm going to go berserk, And so I had to realize that, maybe I do have to try to be a little softer. And, being soft in some ways kind of set me into a little depression. But then I was just like, I have to find some way to not only be soft, but to be understanding, to be compassionate, that people do not always see life and things the way that I see them. And I have to accept that. That's with friendships. That's with relationships. Everyone is not going to see life the way that you see it. And you got to be okay with that. But damn, it's like, we in 2020 and we got all these things going on. Breonna Taylor killers is still free. We have to manage all of these emotions with all of our figures. And that is another thing that we need to pay attention to and be careful with, is the fact that society will take all of our monarchs or our figures of growth and presence, and they will twist and turn them. So they will tell us all their personal business. They will put it out there and tell us, oh my God, they're doing this in their personal life, and you should not look to them as a Some people need role models because some people just really don't have good role models in their lives. They don't have good role models that gave them good direction. So if they have to look, my damn eyelashes. So if they have to look at certain people that they grew up watching as an idol, I give them that. I used to judge people and be like, "Oh my God, um why you all up, you worried about celebrities, the celebrity," because I knew in turn with my experience with what was happening in media and my understanding of media and my study of media and my experience with media is that it was getting to this point. It was getting to the point where the celebrity effect was going to continue to die. And if we did not try to realize how that's affecting our communities, we would end up in places like we are in now, where we are totally being thrashed and pulled here and there and everywhere with our emotions. Our emotions are being controlled by the things that social media, the news media allow out, and allow out on a grand scale. I want to be very clear that we have to be careful with our emotions and how we set them in place with politicians, with media presence, um, social media, and how we intake the things that we are seeing on a daily, which is fights, which is another thing I'm going to get to with these kids. We are in a state of emotional turmoil on a constant, on a daily. And we got to be very careful with those things. I sit back and yeah, like I said, I often get a lot of videos, whether it's police brutality, domestic violence, or even just violence in communities when it comes to kids. I seen this video the other day where this kid, he looked like he about 9, 10 years old, go ahead and kick a kid that looked like she was about 5, 6 years old. Not only are you a little boy kicking a little girl, but you are 10 years old kicking a 5-year-old. And I am going to constantly share the fact that our children are not being taught G code, morals, or principles. That is lost in our hoods. Our hoods are crazy right now. All respect to people that can circulate the hood, because I can't. I can't. Because I'm going to judge you. I'm going to judge you on how you influencing the young kids. I'm going to judge you old heads on how you influencing the young adults. I'm going to judge. I am going to judge because too long have we had situations where ignorance is running the hood, and y'all think y'all doing something. Y'all think because y'all in a large crowd and a lot of people liking your pictures and this, that, and the third, y'all think y'all doing something. All you doing is looking like a goddamn fool. I've been just thinking to myself, like, why is this on a constant in our neighborhoods? Why is it that drive-bys can continue to happen with certain vehicles and nobody can know where these things are coming from? Now, mind you, there is a possibility that these things are coming from outside your neighborhood. But what, I don't say that you all can't have cookouts. I don't say that you all can't have gatherings. I don't say that you all can't hang out and be together. I mean, we understand that community is built in unison and with one another. But we have to come to a point where we take how we build communities and we don't have to constantly be the same way. And that's the thing that's hard for some people in the hood. It's actually elevate. It's actually start to grow out of that need to be seen. Because in the hood, that's all it is. That's all it is. Everybody trying to be seen. Everybody trying to be that one that everyone talk about, like, oh, they be on their shit. Oh, they always got that good shit. Oh, they this and they that. That's what everybody is looking for in the hood. Everybody is looking for that accolade. That thing to say, like, that people see them. People want to be seen. But you can be seen elevating. You can be seen when there's no shootouts with little 1-year-old babies. Like, if y'all not there in the front or there to be seen, or I'm sorry. I just don't know what to tell y'all to do. I'm not going to tell y'all to do anything. That's not my position. That's not what I do. I don't tell people what to do unless you're my kids. And even then, I really don't tell them what to do. I help them figure out how to think morally, how to think with principles, how to think with some type of G code. We not thinking, man. And I'm not going to negate the fact that there's a possibility of infiltration in the hood, but guess what? We're leaving them holes and them gaps for our hoods to be infiltrated. We leaving them holes and them gaps for people who are not of moral standing and of principles to come in and do these things in our neighborhoods. Because we do not have our own police. We do not have our own military. We do not have our own investigation boards. We do not have our own councils. We do not have our own governing. We don't have our own. And we can buy property. But if them ignorant niggas gonna shoot it up, what's the point in having property? What made Black Wall Street great was respect. Respect for the next man's property. Respect for the next man's family. Respect for the next man's business. We grew on respect. We don't have that anymore. I remember hearing stories from an old mobster, Tony. He lived in my building where I was growing up. Well, yeah, we spent a couple years there. And Tony used to teach me at a very young age about mob principles and the fact that the mob never, ever, ever messed with people's families. They never, ever shot up if women and children were present. And it was always trying to be a calculated attack on whoever they were attacking. And I can respect those themes. I can respect that because there is a safety there. There is to know that if a man is with his family, if a man is walking down the street with his daughter, like what happened in the Bronx, and they shot that man dead while he was hand in hand with his daughter. I can respect you. You can't come back to me and say you did something in the hood and I'm going to give you respect. A lot of you in the hood are respecting some clown ass dudes who do some real low down lame shit. But y'all giving them respect. Y'all housing them. Y'all fucking with them. Yo, all I'm going to say, and I'm going to end this off because this done went to 20 minutes. And I probably forgot what else I was going to talk about. We got to really, 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 really get back to a level of principle, moral, and respect. PMR, principles, morals, and respect. We don't get back to that, we're going to continue to die. People going to continue to infiltrate our neighborhoods and shoot up our gatherings. And we're going to automatically assume that it's us. Because we have no principles, we have no morals, and we have no respect for ourselves and one another. And until we get back to that, we're going to continue to be disrespected by everyone else. I'm really trying to work on being more consistent with my opinion on certain things, because people do ask for me to respond to certain things, and sometimes I have to take time because I am an emotional person and I can go off the hammer and be like, ah! So I try not to do that as I'm getting older. I try to really understand where people's coming from. I try to really understand certain things before I'm judgmental. And then when I have some understanding, I'm going to judge your ass. I'm going to judge you. But I'm getting there. But I will always share anything that I can share, how I can share it. Oh, education. That's going to be another video. That's going to be another time, because I'm still processing. I'm still listening. And I'm still taking things in. But I do say that if you have no other way, keep your kids home when it comes to school. Because really and truly, in all honesty, and it's not to their fault, these administrators really don't know how to deal with this. And everybody's trying to do what they can do, but our lives are so entangled in our own lives. And we have to deal with other people's lives. It's like it's an all-around risk. And I feel for people in leadership. I really feel for you all, because I don't want to be y'all. That's why I leave all the work to you guys. You guys are doing a great job. I will help where I can help. And I will provide my perspective. But it is a real scary thing to lead lives and be responsible for millions of lives. And that's what's happening right now. People like me and you are responsible for millions of lives. And we're all coming together and trying to figure it out. And I commend everyone who is constantly out there fighting, standing, people doing stuff in the backgrounds that you don't see. People you see and people you don't see. I want to thank each and every one of you for the things that you do. And even if you feel like you're not doing much at all, if you staying at home, if you just throwing on a mask because you just feel like out of respect you want to do it for people, I mean, we all don't know what's going on. We don't know if it's real. We don't know if it's fake. We don't know if pedophiles are being prosecuted. You know, we don't know for sure. We just hear all of these things, and we are just trying to make light of everything that is being thrown at us. But things really do happen that we don't learn about until 20, 30 years from the time that they happen. So I can see myself in my 60s saying, I told them. Yup, see? Oh, y'all thought we were crazy. That's what's going to happen. I seen it happen with my mama's generation. I seen it happen with my brothers and sisters' generation. So, why wouldn't it happen with my generation? I just hope that we can figure some more things out to where babies can ride their bikes outside, that we can go back to playing double dutch and basketball in the hood, that we can go back to, open fire hydrants and people feeling safe to be together. People feeling safe that they ain't got to worry about, some four-door white sedan that's running around shooting people. We don't know if it's part of the KKK malicious situations. We don't know. We don't know if it's them cops who decided to leave the force because they couldn't use chokeholds and they going around committing acts of violence on black communities just to make us look bad. We don't know. We don't know. But what we do know is that something has to give. Something has to give. So be safe, be well. I thank you for watching. And man, we gonna just keep pushing forward. Help how you can help. And if you're trying to figure out how you can do something, what you can do in your neighborhood, what you can do in your city, what you can do in your state, in your country, don't hesitate to inbox me. Now listen, fellas, don't inbox me on the Hey Beautiful, because I'm not gonna open it. I'm not gonna open it, okay? Like inbox me on some like, I'd like to know what I can do in my neighborhood and da 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 da. Like be forthcoming and forward, because I'm not gonna play with all that hello beautiful, you are gorgeous type stuff, because we're gonna go down conversations that don't need to be had. Okay. Just hit me up with the questions that you have, the insight that you want. I don't have all the answers, but I can point you in a direction that can help you. I will never claim to have answers for people. I will just have perspective. I will just have opinion, and I will just have experience. But I will not have the answers for you in your life. That's something that you gonna have to figure out. So y'all be safe and be well. Until another episode of the Fall of AmerikkA as we know it. I know my show be all over the place, right? We be in bed, we be sitting in the living room, we be on the street, we be wherever, okay? Because sharing of information don't have no presence, don't have no what can I say, sharing of information just gotta be shared. Sometimes you can't wait till you get up in the studio, you can't wait till the set is all beautiful, because once you're thinking about it, sometimes you just gotta let it out. And I'm gonna do a lot more centralized writing, so that way I can get my thoughts really like concrete, so they can come in a more collected manner. But I think I did okay today. You could let me know how I did today, and always looking for your thoughts and perspective. All right, so you all be safe out there. Remember, if you're dipping your toes in the water, beware of drawers. Don't start judging women and telling them that they're going to be in entanglements and that you're about to get in an entanglement with them. And give respect to your elders. Give respect to the people out there fighting for you. Black man, you can't be loved if you don't have any money. Give her that unconditional respect. Respect her. Because a lot of black men feel like when they get money, they no longer have to respect the woman. And that will have you lose a great person. So, y'all be safe. Later.